hospital. The hospital that I was born in, my brother Lorenzo Jr. was born in, and my youngest was born in. I went to Bentov Hospital and demanded answers, but no one could give them to me. I learned of my father's passing from a news report on social media. Not the hospital, not law enforcement. Through a collective effort from local organizations and elected officials, we got answers. My father's death was confirmed. I had to call my mom right away to give her the terrible news of my dad's passing before she had to find out the same way I did. My father was a simple man, a family man, a man of routine. He dedicated his life in the United States to giving his family the American dream. He raised my brothers and I on the idea of education taking us so far in life. So through his hard work and inspiration, he saw me attend the University of Houston and graduate from there. Saw Lorenzo Jr. attend and graduate Tufts University in Boston. And my youngest, who is out of state, who goes to college out of state, who still relied on my father for financial assistance for his tuition. All of us are, all three brothers, all three of his sons, American citizens, his pride and joy, highly educated. After nearly 35 years of working to give us the American dream, he made the choice to begin the process of obtaining his American dream through a work permit. We dotted every I, crossed every T, filled every document, attended every appointment. He was close to obtaining his legal status. My father was a private man, a man who dedicated his life to work. He worked the last 30 years of his life building homes in the Houston suburbs. Part of his dream was to build a house for himself and his family, just like the hundreds he had built for himself over his career. One that he could call home. One that he can call ours, our home. And he did. After he built his own house with his crew, composed of family members and other loved ones. He achieved it. After it was built and up until last weekend, you can find him every evening after work, resting on his porch, listening to music, petting his dog. That's how I want the world to know my father. Not as someone who got shot and killed, but as a family man, a man who understood that good things come to those who put in hard work. I am deeply heartbroken to see that the man who taught me the value of hard work, family values, and education will no longer spend an evening on that porch. I am calling for a full investigation into the events that transpired yesterday, July 7th. He did not deserve to die. He did not deserve to be reduced to a headline of Mexican man shot and killed by ICE. He deserved to live a quiet life as Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, a husband, a father, and a job creator for dozens of men who also wanted the American dream.
That's right.
I would be doing his memory a disservice if I didn't recognize the other three men who were with him, one of which was my uncle. All three men were rounded up. I have not heard from them, but I hope that they are able to provide their own statements to prove that my father feared for his life as unmarked cars followed my dad, who only wanted to get back to work and back to us. Thank you all for everything.
If you could say a few words in Spanish. If you could say a few words in Spanish. Just a short version.
Para los medios de español, mi papá, Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, fue un hombre humilde, fue un hombre que nomás quería trabajar y para dar mejor vida para su esposa, nuestra madre, y para mis hermanos. Él se levantaba cada mañana y hacía las mismas cosas cada día. Se levantaba, se vestía,
Agarraba su lonche y se iba al trabajo desde las 6 de la mañana hasta las 7, 8 de la noche, 12, 14 horas,
en el
todos los
solazón,
días,
en el sol
de Houston, de Texas, para provenir para nosotros, para darnos de comer.
Para darnos la educación y para que nunca nos falte nada en esta vida.
¿Tú cómo quieres que recuerden a tu papá?
Yo quiero que el mundo entero se recuerde de mi papá, que sepan de mi papá que fue un hombre honesto, humilde, trabajador, que él también dio oportunidades de trabajo a muchas personas. Había muchas instancias que gente venía a nuestra casa, tocaba la puerta para pedirle a mi papá la oportunidad de trabajar con él. Y sí, les dio mucha gente, muchos hombres la oportunidad para trabajar con él, para construir casas, para familias en Houston. Yo quiero que esa sea lo que sepa la gente de mi papá, que a él no le importaba nada que su familia, que no le gustaba nada más que comer su comida, darle gracias a mi mamá por la comida y decirnos a nosotros que siempre que les echemos ganas en esta vida, que la educación nos va a llevar adelante. Yo quiero que mi papá, ustedes lo acuerden como nomás un hombre de familia, simple, humilde, un aficionado de la selección de México.
Y las Chivas.
Y las Chivas. Las Chivas de Guadalajara. Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, nacido marzo 3, 1974, en Tatlaya, Estado de México, en los Estados Unidos de México.
All right.
We're going to take questions later.
Okay. I'll tell you what, we're going to take questions later. We have some other speakers, and they'll be back.
Sylvia
at the end.
Gonzalez will follow now.
Sylvia Garcia. Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia is next. You want to follow me out real quick? Because I know it's hot.
Thank you so much, and I'm Sylvia Garcia, Congresswoman in District 29, and I'm here because, of course, I got the call from the family yesterday. I joined them at Ben Taub and tried to get some answers as some of the facts were evolving. But let us not forget, the sons have spoken just eloquently from their heart. This is a family tragedy. This is something that we need to always remember, that this is about a Houston family led by a father who has been here for 35 years with absolutely no criminal history. No criminal history. To his wife, his sons, his loved ones, and everyone who knew him, I am deeply sorry for your loss. No family should have to lose someone that they love this way. And no family should be left searching for answers in the middle of their grief. And I know that's what we went through yesterday afternoon. ICE has released its version of the story, as you've heard. They make serious allegations against Lorenzo, but they're only allegations, so please remember that. It's ICE's story. And it's a story that is too similar to something else that we've heard. So we need a full investigation and a transparent investigation. This is exactly why Democrats have been demanding real reforms in ICE. We need independent investigations. We need body cameras, clear identification, no mask, and an end to paramilitary style immigration enforcement in our streets. These are very basic standards of accountability. We have heard the story from ICE before, as was already stated. A vehicle was weaponized. I don't know how you weaponize a vehicle. An agent acted in self-defense. Did he or didn't he? Who was involved? Shots were in self-defense. They shot the driver, not the tires to disable the car, but the driver. Remember Minneapolis? Remember Renee Good? Has ICE learned nothing from that experience? What are they thinking? So yet here we are, nearly 6 months later, and no one has had any accountability for the Good shooting. And the Trump administration has provided no reason to believe that there any serious investigation is taken underway. We need to make sure that this does not happen with this incident. That is why no one should be asked to simply believe ICE's version of the story. We need to know why Lorenzo was targeted. We need to know who authorized the operation. We need to know what threat agents believe they faced. Again, 35 years, Houston resident, no criminal record. What threat were they fearing? We need to know whether de-escalation was attempted. And we need to know when this family will get answers, when this community will get answers. I am not here to prejudge anything. I'm here to make sure that facts are not buried, that Lorenzo's family deserves answers, and my constituents deserve answers. We all Americans deserve answers. And I will keep pressing until we get a complete, independent, and transparent accounting of what actually happened. Ahora unas cuantas palabras en español. Mi corazón está con la familia de Lorenzo. Su familia merece dignidad, respeto y la verdad que pasó ayer. Una investigación independiente es muy necesaria. No podemos confiar solo en la versión de ICE. Todos los vídeos tienen que ser guardados. La familia de Lorenzo merece respuestas. Nosotros vamos a seguir luchando hasta cuando ya tenemos justicia y la verdad completa y, I don't know if the word in Spanish is transparent, but con transparencia para que todo el mundo sepa lo que pasó ayer. Muchísimas gracias, and I do want to acknowledge that I have my colleague, Kristen Menifee, here. I know Al Green was supposed to be here, and I can assure you that this is an issue that my colleagues from the Houston area and probably the Congressional Hispanic Caucus will be joining us in. It's too early to say that, but we will stay on top of this and we will leave no stone unturned. Thank you all very much.
Johnny's gonna introduce the rest of the. Okay.
Congressman Murphy, is next. Come on. Is Congressman Al Green? He's on the way.
I was
Come
told
on.
he was coming. We didn't hear from Fletcher.
I'll be incredibly brief because my colleague, Congresswoman Garcia, said everything that needs to be said. I want to be clear. Somebody being killed by law enforcement is a big goddamn deal. What other profession has the power to take somebody's life in the middle of a street? And meanwhile, our administration is in court fighting to make sure people like Ronaldo and Lorenzo Jr. can't be citizens in this country. We need a full and transparent investigation into what happened here. And all of the evidence needs to be released to the public. There's an old saying that in Houston, you can ask a room full of people, it doesn't matter if they're blue collar, if they're white collar, to raise your hand if you know an immigrant to this country. And everybody will raise their hand. Raise your hand keep your hand up if you know them better than just a passing conversation. Everybody will keep their hand up. Keep your hand up if they're undocumented. And people will continue to keep their hand up. We are a city of undocumented immigrants. They are our neighbors. Amen. They are our family. They are business owners, and they deserve to be treated with humanity and with dignity. We've seen what happened to Alex Prady. We've seen what happened to Renee Good. We've seen the habits of ICE. They have lost the trust of the American people. And as a member of the House Oversight Committee, let me tell you, when Democrats take the House back, ICE, you better buckle up. Amen. Because we will be investigating you day after day after day until this lawlessness and this militarism stops. We've seen this across the country, and now we're seeing it in Houston. I want to see all the evidence, but regardless of what the evidence shows, we should not have these folks in our city taking people's lives. Lorenzo should be here with us today. This is awful. This is an abomination, and we need ICE out of our city.
Rodney.
But I'm gonna be on the streets tonight because I grew up there. I was there yesterday. I was on channel 2 and 13, and I'm gonna speak
All
on
right, Johnny,
this.
keep on going. Keep
I
on
do
Okay.
not deserve to die. It's
Who's
God
next?
is on our
Rodney's representative.
Get the electeds that are here, Johnny, before representatives.
Yes.
She's coming. She's in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Leslie. Go ahead. I'm sorry, let's keep it down there. I know everybody's emotional. We all feel the same way. Let's finish this conference
Yes.
with the speakers. Go ahead.
So yes, my heart is so heavy, the way all of our hearts are today. I'm Leslie Briones, and I serve as one of your Harris County commissioners. I am a proud Latina. I grew up on the U.S.-Mexico border. My family came to this country from Mexico because they believed in the American dream, and El Señor Lorenzo, to be living his American dream and to be denied his constitutional rights is not America. We are better than this. We can be a country of the rule of law and a country that respects everybody's rights, everybody's humanity, and everybody's dignity. And we are raising all of our children in this country. We must live in to the values that we deserve. We must demand justice, all our communities, across our communities. We must unite because we all deserve justice, and my heart breaks for Lorenzo's family, who will never have him home again. He literally built people's American dream for decades, and his was ripped away. We must have the truth, we must have answers, and we must have accountability. Muy brevemente en español, soy la comisionada Leslie Briones del Condado Jerez. Soy orgullosamente latina y yo nací y crecí en la frontera de Estados Unidos y México. Y ver uno de nosotros, de nuestra comunidad, que ya no está con nosotros, es una tragedia para nuestro país. Somos un país de leyes, somos un país de justicia, pero justicia para todos. Justicia que respeta la dignidad y los derechos de todos, de todos. Eso es los Estados Unidos que nosotros todos merecemos. Y nosotros tenemos que unirnos y tomar acción para la familia de Lorenzo y todos que tienen miedo. Y nadie debería tener miedo porque estas políticas extremas del presidente Trump no son americanos y no son justas. Y merecemos mejor. Trump's extreme policies are un-American, are unconscionable, and unconstitutional. And we must unite as Houstonians, as Harris County residents, to demand accountability, answers, and justice. And I'm proud to stand here with our Harris County Attorney, Abby Kamen.
Lorenzo's sons should not have had to be here today. I cannot imagine having to grieve the loss of a parent while having to stand up for the rule of law, the dignity of Americans, of Houstonians, and carrying that burden. That is not a burden that they should bear, but they will not bear that burden alone. I want to thank our congressional delegation for their leadership, commissioners, our city council members, and the community organizations that are standing up because we are fed up. Please use LULAC's resources. While our office, the Harris County Attorney's Office, will be standing up additional resources through our website. LULAC is where you should go if you have information. Lift up their work. Johnny, you said at the beginning, there's so many people reaching out about what they can do. When you see the rhetoric, the xenophobia, the un-American way in which we are relating to and treating our neighbors, our brothers, our sisters, our children, speak up. Say something. Demand accountability, demand transparency, demand an independent investigation because Houston deserves answers, our nation deserves answers, but above all, the family of Lorenzo deserves answers and accountability, and we will be that stand with them.
Thank you very much. My name is Miriam Saldívar, and on behalf of Commissioner Adrian Garcia, I just want to say a few words. The death of Lorenzo Salgado Araujo was a father and family man and known as someone who worked hard to provide for his family. My prayers are with his family, his loved ones, and the residents of Magnolia Park who are mourning this loss. His death occurred as he was apparently going to work in order to provide for his family. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has stated the shooting occurred during a targeted enforcement operation and claims the agent acted in self-defense. However, there are conflicting accounts of the moments leading up to his fatal encounter. When a life is taken on our city streets, the public deserves the utmost and complete transparency and undeniable truth. We cannot allow a lack of trust in federal investigations to cloud the pursuit of justice. I stand with the family of Mr. Araujo and local advocates in calling for a prompt, transparent, and independent investigation led by the Houston Police Department and the Harris County District Attorney's Office. Our local authorities are grounded in the community and have the trust needed to ensure total accountability. Our neighborhoods should not live in fear. As the facts of this case are brought to light, this family deserves answers, accountability to ensure justice is served for Mr. Araujo. And these are the words of Commissioner Adrian Garcia. Thank you.
Let me introduce one of our city council, a leading person in the fight for justice, Councilwoman Salinas.
Thank you, Mr. Mata. My name is Alejandra Salinas, and I am one of the at-large members of the Houston City Council. Lorenzo Salgado is not just a name in a headline. His death demands answers, not another rushed attempt by ICE to justify deadly force before the facts are independently reviewed. As so many have called, I join the call at City Hall that we need an immediate and impartial investigation. We need all available videos released, and we need the findings made public and those responsible to be held accountable. And to every Houstonian that may be in fear right now because of what occurred, please know that you belong here. The hateful words you hear from some do not reflect the heart of our city. This city is full of people ready to stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and I am proud to be one of them. Every Houstonian should be able to go to work, take their kids to school, report a crime, and call for help without fear. That is the Houston our families deserve, and that is a Houston that I know everyone on this stage will continue to fight for. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me say that we have quite a bit of other speakers, but we're gonna get. Oh, here he is. He told me he was riding a horse. Congressman Al Green, you have the mic.
If I can get to it,
I know you're a very short speaker, but you've done good. Now, come on.
On some issues, you cannot be short. I'm proud to be here today on behalf of We the People. And we the people don't have to plead. We don't have to beg. We can demand. And we the people today can and do demand a thorough investigation of what happened in this case. We the people will demand more. And I'll say more about that after I tell you this. I am on Homeland Security. I spoke to the ranking member of Homeland Security this morning, the Honorable Benny Thompson. He and I have conversed on this extensively. As things develop, I will continue to keep him informed. But the important thing to remember is this. We must have a thorough, complete, transparent investigation before there can be accountability. There must be such an investigation. There ought to be an amen to that.
Amen. Amen.
We must not only have it, we must have a hearing so that the public can see and hear as much evidence as is available especially body camera footage. There ought to be some body camera footage. I have not been here to hear all of the other speakers, but I do want to know that there is body camera footage. If there is not, then you will understand why we, the members of Congress, refused to sign off on any additional funding to ICE until they agreed that they would have body cameras on and operable at all times. Body camera is absolutely necessary. I also, as a member of Homeland Security, will conduct my own investigation. I'm not going to wait on HPD. I'm not going to wait on any member of the constabulary. It's time for we, the people, to take things into our own hands and conduct our own investigation. I'm always proud to be in the company of my colleague, Sylvia Garcia. She and I work well together. This happened in her congressional district. I will always yield to her for consent and advice. We will work together. But I have sent a letter to the Department of Homeland Security. It's out there now. You'll see a copy of it. I've sent a letter, and I'm just going to read one statement from that letter that we sent to Homeland Security. One paragraph, it's important, one statement. It reads, "The public and the family members of Mr. Salgado Araujo have a right to know what happened by way of an independent investigation. Absent such an investigation," these are the words of importance. After such an investigation, absent such an investigation, a grave injustice may occur and there may be a cover-up. We cannot allow a cover-up to take place. We know what happened to others. We understand that other persons have been harmed. We know what happened to Ms. Good. We have a duty, a responsibility, and an obligation to prevent a cover-up. We don't know what happened, but we do know that we cannot depend on ICE to give us credible information. And as a result of their lack of credibility, there has to be an assumption that we must protect against a cover-up in ICE. ICE has got to go. I am here to say that ICE needs to leave this community until we get some information about what happened. ICE is out. We are in. We the people demand justice. Amen. We the people. Finally, I'm sorry I'm going so long, Johnny.
No. Hey, this is important. Go ahead.
Well,
No, you don't have to apologize.
Well, I have to thank you, Johnny.
No. Keep on talking.
All right, I have to thank you because you contacted me, and I had some great distance to traverse to get here this morning. It was not something that I could simply get in the car and come over, but I did, and I want to thank you. But I also want to let the family members know that you have a friend in Congress. You have friends in Congress. We, the members of Congress, are going to stand by you and stand with you. We, the members of Congress, are going to make sure that we demand, not ask. We don't have to ask. We can demand. We're going to demand a thorough investigation. And I want you to know that sympathies and prayers are good, but it's not enough. It's time for us to get beyond the prayers and sympathies after people have been killed. It's time for us to demand justice. And that's what we will demand, and that's what we will get. There will be justice. I thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Rodney, Representative Rodney Ellis. I'm trying to accommodate a lot of the officials that were listed.
Good morning. On behalf of Commissioner Rodney Ellis, we extend our deepest condolences to Mr. Salgado Araujo's family. No words offered at a microphone can match the weight of losing a father, a husband, a loved one, and a member of this community. This is a tragedy. A man lost his life. A family is grieving. And a community that already feels the pressure and fear of aggressive immigration enforcement is now left with grief, trauma, and urgent questions. When a fatal shooting occurs during a federal immigration enforcement operation, the public deserves justice. Justice requires nothing less than a full, independent, impartial, and transparent investigation. That investigation must provide a clear accounting of what happened, why this operation occurred, how Mr. Salgado Arroyo came onto ICE's radar, whether any video or communications exist, and which agencies were involved before, during, and after the shooting. The public should not be asked to rely solely on the account of the same federal agencies involved in the operation, especially when this is not an isolated incident. We have seen a pattern of shootings and excessive force by federal immigration enforcement, and the public has a right to demand more than ICE's word. Independent review is not a political demand. It is a basic requirement for public trust. And trust matters. True community safety is not built through fear, confusion, or unanswered questions. True community safety means every resident can live with dignity, seek help when they need it, drive to work, raise their children, and participate in community life without feeling frightened, disposable, or invisible. Harris County is home to families from every background. Our safety is connected. Our dignity is connected. And when one family is left searching for answers after a loss of life, our whole community has a responsibility to stand with them. Today, on behalf of Commissioner Ellis, we stand with the Salgado Arroyo family, we stand with Magnolia Park, and we join the call for truth, accountability, and true community safety for all Harris County residents.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm Jacob Monti from Monti and Ramirez. It's my honor to welcome everyone here and to welcome LULAC. We're proud to host, this is LULAC's office. Also, we will have an immigrant rights seminar on Saturday at 9:30 because the community is scared and we need to get, the seminar is open to everyone in the community this Saturday at 9:30 because we have to get the message out. We have to let people know what their rights are. I want to make 2 points. Number one, this is bad for business. We are getting calls from construction companies, from restaurants. This excessive enforcement is bad for business. That's not the Houston way. The other point, you saw the American dream with the Salgado boys. These sons of these men are mourning their father, but there's nothing foreign about them. This is an American family that was torn apart. We need some accountability and we need to know our rights. Please let the community know the seminars are free this Saturday. Know your rights at Torre Latina on the 5th floor. Thank you. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for doing this.
No problem. Thank you.
Gene Wu, State Representative, Minority Leader in Texas House.
Yes.
We have been to too many of these press conferences. We have these press conferences all the time now. And it's become a casual thing that our federal government kills Americans and is very apathetic and blasé about it. We all have stood here and demanded that justice be done. This will only happen if there's accountability and transparency. How that needs to happen is, we have already heard stories that ICE is coming to people's homes and taking their videos and deleting them. Do not let this happen. Do not let police officers, or especially ICE, into your home and take your things without a warrant. Do not let them into your home and give them things without a warrant. If you want to turn things over, if you want to help, call Congressman Garcia's office, call Council Member Salinas' office, tell them you have evidence, talk to them.
Tell them to call my office too.
Call Al Green's office and tell them you have evidence you would like to share. Do not turn it over to ICE. Okay? Do not let them hide it and destroy it. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, I was just becoming a district director way back when another tragedy of Jose Campos Torres happened. None of us forgot that. So it happened that his sister is here. And I think it would be a disservice not to let her speak. Janie? Thank you. I got it. Jane.
Unfortunately, like I expected, we're here again. This is very, very crushing to me. It's very crushing to me because what happened in 1977 is still happening to us today. I have never once doubted what their plan was, what their goal was. Their goal was to basically eliminate us by all means necessary, brown and black families. This is very disturbing, because we are now in 2026, and before 2026, we were still going through it. You know, there was stories, New York, California, nationwide. I never overlooked it. I always saw that we were all connected. Even though we were in different states, we were all connected. It's nationwide. This is an attack on all of us. If they get one of us, they get all of us. They hurt one of us, they hurt all of us. That is their goal. That has always been their goal. When he took office, the first time around, that should have been the wake-up call right there and then. But many overlooked it and took the easy way out, rather than standing up and fighting for what's right, for humanity, for unity, for love, for justice, for all of us, not just for some of us. Many took the easy way out. It's a lot easier. It is. It really is. But I've never done it. It's a lot easier to take the easy way out, so long as under my roof we're safe, than to be concerned about your neighbor, how they shot him down in cold blood in the streets, simply for the color of his skin. And it is simply for the color of his skin. Let me tell you why. When my brother was murdered, before they pushed him in the bayou, his skin color never changed. He was always brown. He was born brown. He was born Chicano. He was born American. But in their eyes, let's see if this wetback can swim. Okay? In their eyes, those were their words before they pushed him in Buffalo Bayou. Let's see if this wetback can swim. So it's not about documented or undocumented. It's about the color of our skin. It's about the color of our skin. I'm not scared. I don't want to die, but I'm not scared for fighting for what's right. I'm not scared to die fighting for what's right. I'm not scared to speak for what's right. And I speak for love, for unity, and peace and safety for all of us in this room. I have never seen no color. I see us all equal, human beings. Human beings. Mr. Araujo was a human being. Regardless of his legal status, he was still part of our community, regardless. I knew this was going to happen, and I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I kind of expected it to happen to me. I still do. I still do. But I'm not going to go down without a fight and stand up for what's right.
We have another member of the board, the NAACP, Reverend Dixon, Bishop Dixon. Would you please step up?
To ladies and gentlemen of the press, Congresswoman Garcia, Congressman Green, and to President of our coalition, thank you, Mr. Johnny Mata, to all of our brothers and sisters in the family. Here representing the Houston branch of the NAACP, as well as the Houston Baptist Metropolitan Ministers Conference, Dr. S.J. Gilbert Sr., and the hundreds of churches that are part of our organization. And then here to represent our community as a fellow human being. Today, friends, we have assembled for yet another solemn reminder that this nation, the United States of America, this state, the state of Texas, and this city, the city of Houston, are all under a cloud of complete disregard for the sacredness of all human beings. That we are now being influenced by an ideology perpetrated from the streets all the way to the White House, that there are certain people who don't possess the same value as others. It is a sad day in Houston, a sad day in Texas, a sad day in America, that we have to gather for this kind of press conference, Congresswoman. Mr. Araujo was one of us. Mr. Araujo was a son of God, a child of God, a member of the human family. And Dr. King expressed the tragedy of man's inhumanity to man. And that we have public policies now that make murder and this kind of public lynching legal. I really want us to process the fact that that's what this administration has brought to bear on our society. There were 6,500 public lynchings that took place between 1868 and 1968, and they were legally protected. We are unfortunately in that day again to where law enforcement paid for by tax dollars are now being permitted to gun down unarmed human beings because of what we consider national status, worthiness or unworthiness. I conclude with this. The Houston NAACP stands with this coalition in calling for a thorough investigation of this case and of this matter. But while the investigation is taking place by officials, we are also calling for our entire community to embrace and to respect and give sacred recognition of this brother's humanity. And right. All of us bleed the same color.
That's right.
All of us breathe the same air.
That's right. Amen.
And we're all made in the image and likeness of God. And I want to say that if we continue to allow this to happen in our community, all of us are just as vulnerable as was Mr. Araujo. It is no different. If he's not safe, we're not safe. If he's not safe, we are not safe. Can you say that? If he's not safe, we're not safe. And when he died, a part of all of us died. And if we're going to represent God and humanity, we must stand for his justice, as if we would want others to stand for ours. I pray that God would move upon the hearts. There should be faith leaders of every color, every denomination, and every genre standing up today just as I'm standing. And if pastors do not stand now, priests don't stand now, rabbis don't stand now, if we don't stand now on this day, on a Tuesday, then your message on a Sunday has no authenticity. Amen. Because you cannot love God if you don't love your brother and your sister. Amen. Jesus says, love your neighbor as yourself. And our neighbor has been murdered and lynched. And if we love ourselves and we love God, we must love him and love one another. We stand for justice and we stand together.
Thank you.
Listen, since he's a member of the coalition, that's his task to get the next new conference by ministers and bishops. That's your task for the next round.
Thank you, sir.
We're going to be going over into the question and answers. We have so many other people who want to speak, but unfortunately there's a lot of questions that you have that are very important, and we're going to allow some of the questions that were asked to some of the previous members.
No, it's Reynaldo's going to speak. The family, for the family.
Oh, okay.
He'll take the questions.
David, where's David Cruz? David Cruz is going to coordinate this part.
David?
Yep. David Cruz is our National Communications Director, and he'll be taking your questions on behalf of the family. He'll be speaking for the family. Domingo and I will be here, but David, go ahead.
Thank you.
Take it over.
Go ahead, my friend. Usted tiene derecho. El pésame de la familia.
Are there any questions for Reynaldo, the son, de la familia?
Okay, 1 second. I want to keep this a little light. I am a school teacher after all, and in order to get my attention, and I have my former students here, they know, you guys need to raise your hands if you want to ask a question. So I appreciate you guys, but my brother's an engineer. My youngest is also studying to be an engineer. Education's been a big part of us, and well, I would like to answer any questions pertaining to the media, either in English or Spanish. So if anyone has any questions to ask, I would do it. And I will be calling on this woman right here in the striped shirt. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Hi. And thank you for your remarks. You said that your dad has been here for 35 years and was in the process of applying for a work permit.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you be a little bit more specific and kind of where that status was?
Yeah, so about 1.5 years ago, we started the process of getting his work permit. We had submitted every single document. We have submitted every the pictures that he wanted, the personal experience statements that he reached out to his employers, to family members, to friends to write for him. We've been going at it for about 1.5 years. I think, if I remember correctly, and I can't say don't quote me on this, you are going to quote me on this, but I believe that they were close. They told me that the timeline to get the work permit was about 18 months, and if we started back in February 2025, around this time, maybe in the next couple of months, it would have been the notification that his work permit had been approved. He had, in the previous couple, I think I want to say back in March and April, he had done his biometric scans. They got his fingerprints done at a center, and I believe that was the last step for his work permit. Any other questions? Sí, mi papá estaba en el proceso de conseguir un permiso de trabajo. Ya tenemos como un año y medio en el proceso. Hemos llenado todas las aplicaciones. Él también pidió a amigos, familia y uno de sus jefes para que le escriban una carta nomás para hablar de buen carácter y todo eso. Sí. Entonces, y las fotos también sometidas para su permiso de trabajo. Ya tenemos 1 año y medio con eso, y apenas el marzo y abril, vamos a decir 2 veces, que fue a que le tomaron las huellas para este proceso, y yo me imagino que en los próximos meses ya lo hubieran aprobado. Question I want to ask, yes ma'am.
Me imagino que has visto los videos de tu papá. ¿Cómo te sentiste al verlo? ¿Cómo es que lo tenían?
Bueno, los videos obviamente dolieron mucho. Cuando yo estaba buscando por respuesta, estaba buscando para alguien para que me diga algo. Los oficiales y no me podrían decir nada, y entonces yo vi en Facebook a ver si alguien ha puesto algo. Yo escuché primero mi papá, yo vi el video, primero escuché la voz de mi papá gritando por ayuda, y eso me dolió mucho, porque a mí nunca me gustaba ver a mi papá en tanto dolor. Él siempre quería ser una persona fuerte y siempre quería que nosotros, su familia, viéramos que él nunca estaba en ningún tipo de dolor, aunque sí tenía dolor de espalda por tantos años de trabajar en la construcción. Él nunca se quejaba de cualquier dolor, pero cuando vi ese video y escuché la voz de él, obviamente me dolió mucho el corazón, y yo tenía fe que que podría sobrevivir esas heridas de la bala que le entró, que supuestamente le entró aquí, en inglés decía el right flank. Yo tenía fe, aunque sea yo sabía que sí estaba bien. Yo vi que sí se estaba moviendo, estaba gritando, pero yo vi que sí se estaba moviendo, estaba vivo cuando vi ese video. Yes, sir.
Short of the statement that was released yesterday by ICE, has there been any contact with the family since yesterday with any law enforcement?
No law enforcement agency has reached out directly to us. I had been in communication with the FBI when I was on site. They were the ones who told me, or who essentially told me that, you know, my dad was at Bentop, but the condition was unknown. That's as most as the FBI has told me. HPD was not able to comment on anything. I haven't heard from DHS or any other government agency or law enforcement agency. Sorry? Yes, all the FBI communication was through text. Yes, ma'am?
I just want to interject real quickly with that question. It is not protocol or standard practice, as I know it, that law enforcement would release the name of a victim without reaching next of kin. In fact, I think if you follow the timeline, ICE released that statement naming their father before the family even knew anything and had any confirmation of his death. So it's there's a lot of questions out there still from ICE, and we have reached out to ICE since yesterday. I've spoken to the chief, I've spoken to the DA. We're trying to, you know, get to the facts, and we're going to continue until we get answers and justice for this family.
Yes.
A two-part question. So
I'll try my best.
May I get the name of your brother?
His name is.
And then also, if you know more about the three men who were also with your dad yesterday, I know one's your uncle. If we could get his name as well.
So my brother's name right here. He might want to introduce himself.
I'm Lorenzo Salgado Jr.
You mentioned your third brother.
Yeah, and my third brother wishes to remain unnamed. He is a person more private than my dad was, so he does not want his name out there.
Is he younger?
He is our youngest brother. Yes, ma'am. As for the second part of the question, what was it? One more time.
The three people who were
The three people. Yes.
We have made inquiries since yesterday. ICE has yet to respond. In fact, they told my staff that they just didn't have the staff available to respond to our request. We have talked to the, I forget the title, but Assistant Deputy Director for the Secretary. Today I urged my DC staff to demand a conversation with the Director because we still have a lot of questions. Now, I'm told they're in detention, but I'm not told anything else other than that. But it was an uncle and two others.
Could you give us the name of the uncle? Would that be possible?
So as for the other three individuals, one was my uncle, my dad's brother. He was detained, as well as two other people who I don't think I have authorization from the families to release that information. I believe, is Montserrat here? No? One of the other men's family members is not here, but we did fill out, you know, the Privacy Act information request to try to get answers for them three as well. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and call you. No, not at this time.
We're not prepared to release any names at this time. I think we need to confirm the inquiry that we've made, and we need to visit with the family members. It is important to respect their privacy at this time.
Just to be clear, my family, all parts of my family, my dad and my dad's brothers have no criminal history whatsoever. My uncle is even a more private person than my dad ever was. Lives alone. He just wanted a simple life of working and coming back home and not being bothered by anyone. And I'll respect his privacy and continue keeping his name to myself and to our family.
We're going to take a couple more questions, but I want to just let everybody know we have set up, LULAC has set up a GoFundMe page to pay for the funeral expenses. He was the sole provider for his wife and was helping his youngest brother go to college in Washington. Somewhere.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
Not in Washington.
So if anybody goes to LULAC.org, go to the GoFundMe page to help offset the family's expenses in this terrible tragedy.
Before I choose the next person to ask a question, I just want to say that I'm very appreciative of LULAC and their help in creating this GoFundMe page. My dad was a proud man, and he never liked the idea of getting any help from the public, but I know that he wants his family taken care of, and first and foremost his wife, my mom. So anything for her would be great. My mother, Maria, has been her loyal companion for the past 40 years since they were teenagers back in Mexico. So she is hurting a lot, and any and all help would be amazing for her. You guys don't have to worry about us. We have our own careers, my brothers and I, but my mom needs the most help out of this. I will be taking another question right here. Yes, ma'am.
My question was, how much was the status quo, the immigration fight, and everything going on with the administration, a conversation in your life? Was this something you all fear?
Of course, there's always that fear every time that there's something in the news about, ICE. I mean, the Facebook pages, the community pages have been amazing in revealing the information of like the ICE whereabouts and just warning everyone about ICE. And I urge these pages to continue doing so, because without the help of those pages, I would not have known where my dad was. So I thank those pages. I thank those Facebook pages. They are community, they are grassroots, they are the people that help us. We are the little people, and we help each other out. As for the status quo, yes, we've had so many conversations with my dad, with my mom, who barely leaves the house, mostly with my dad, that if anything ever happens, and I'll say this, and I thank you for this question, and I was waiting to bring this up. My dad, because he had been in the process of getting a work permit, he knew what to do in case he was stopped by ICE. Okay, he knew the process. He knew the conversations between the family and with his lawyers, who were helping us get him the work permit. He knew what to do. He knew not to sign anything. He knew that the first phone call he should make to be either to myself or to my mom, so that way we can get the process started of getting him out. There is a process that the lawyers told us that could happen in the event that this would happen. What happened though, my father was being followed by 2 unmarked cars. Had my father seen an emblem of ICE or an emblem that says anything about law enforcement agency, my father would have complied, he would have stopped, he would have not ran away, because he feared for his life. He drove fast because he feared that someone would take his tools. One of his worst fears is that someone took away his work tools, because that's the tools of the van as well, because that is how he made his livelihood. That's how he raised us, that's how he fed us for the last 35, 40 years of his life. So had my father seen any emblems on those cars, he would have complied, he would have stopped, he would have not reacted the way he did. Unfortunately, that was not the case. ICE did not present himself to him in a orderly manner, in a professional manner that any law enforcement agency should, that's the standard, to identify yourself. So
I think there was a question here, and one more.
I thank you for that question, and I thank you for the opportunity to bring that up. I will be calling on, yes ma'am, back there.
Ya un poco explicaste lo que ocurrió con tu padre.
Sí.
En la calle hay cámaras. Y
Sí.
yo quisiera saber si de forma independiente ustedes han podido saber qué pasó después de que tu padre huye, pensando que...
No, él no, bueno.
No sé si sabes el ritmo de lo que pasó después de que ICE entra en escena a perseguir a tu padre. Si nos puedes contar lo que sabes, lo que has averiguado con vecinos o a través de las cámaras.
Esa es una pregunta muy larga, muy pesada. Lo que yo sé es cómo mi papá piensa, cómo mi papá reacciona. Yo sé que él se hubiera parado si se hubieran identificado los oficiales. Si no estuvieran en un carro que si ellos estuvieran en un carro con cualquier marca o logo de cualquier agencia de ley, él se hubiera parado.
Can you repeat her question in English and give the answer, please?
The question, may you answer? Can you answer it in?
No, they want you to repeat it in English, ma'am.
It's just basically what have we been able to verify in the events that happened. And the videos, yeah. Yeah, we're also still working.
Let me just say something. It's really important not to speculate, because any information released here could be used as a pretext in a so-called investigation. So let's be concise about things that do not characterize what happened there. He was not there, and I'm just saying that because we want to make sure that they get a fair and just hearing in the investigation. I do communications from LULAC. That's all.
Okay. Just a brief comment, if I may. First of all, this father can be proud of his family.
Yeah.
He can be proud of what his many years of hard toil and labor has produced. And I am amazed at the ability of this young man to stand here today and give this information.
Yeah.
I do believe that they deserve some expression of love from us. Can we give them an expression of love, please? Thank you. Now, it's just been called to my attention that the mayor has declined to engage our police department.
At this time.
At this time. I want to say this. I don't speak for you. I don't speak for anybody here but myself and anybody who agrees with me. This is a time when we need all hands on deck. Amen. The mayor ought to reconsider what he has said. The mayor ought to give consideration to what's happening. And I believe that the Houston Police Department can investigate this. There is no law that prohibits the Houston Police Department from doing this. And the Houston Police Department ought to see this as its responsibility, its obligation to get involved in this. This is no time for us to decide that we're just going to wait and see what happens. No, if you wait and see what happens, the cover-up can develop. We've got to prevent a cover-up. And by the way, there's nothing that prevents the Sheriff's Department from getting involved. There's nothing that prevents the constables from getting involved. All hands on deck. A person has lost his life under questionable circumstances, and we need to have a thorough investigation.
Let me echo something that's been said. There's two things. The Greater Houston Coalition is ready. Not only are we launching some symposiums and conferences, we're going to bring forward public officials at all levels, county and state, in our surrounding area, to respond to the community, how they're enforcing immigration. Are they stereotyping or what? Enough is enough. We're not going to stand for any more injustice against not only Latinos, but our community in general. I will also say this. We already have evidence of what is transpiring to this young man and his family. The Associated Press reported when a U.S. citizen was killed, Ruben Ray Martinez, 23 years old. The same thing and the allegation was occurring until all the videos and all of the thing came out. That's why every public official in an important position in this county, city, and surrounding areas need to step forward and saying, just like what happened there, it's not going to happen here. And I'm here to tell you what the Greater Houston Coalition for Justice. You saw Janie, and we have a victims committee, and of course, Janie is welcome to know, because until people hear the pain and suffering of all these years of loved ones and the tragedy, and I still don't forget when he was thrown in the bayou and said, let's see if the wetback can swim. And I'm still doing this 50 years later or so. So I want to thank the media, and I hope that you carry it to the extreme. And we, as a country, democracy at stake. We're about to become a police state. We might have police and others in the polls in November, but we're not going to let that to happen. Thank you very much for coming.
We're being asked if there's going to be a vigil. We'll consult with the family and get back to you on that.
David.
Today, Juan, you want to come up?
Sure. So, two quick things. I think we already announced the GoFundMe for the family is available at lulac.org. And we also announced a petition. We launched a petition last night for an open investigation. We've had over 30,000 signatures. 30,000 signatures in the last 6 hours, just to give you some context for it. The public is demanding an open investigation, independent investigation.
Thank you all.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.